There's a boy who split atoms before he could legally drive. And no, this isn't a movie. It happened in the real world. It's in a regular garage, in a quiet American neighborhood. This is strange but true. And today, we're telling the story of Taylor Wilson, the 14-year-old who built a working nuclear reactor. You'd expect something like this to come from a secret military lab or a billion-dollar energy facility. But it came from a teenager's imagination and an internet connection. Taylor Wilson was born in 1994 in Texarkana, Arkansas. From a young age, he wasn't playing with Legos or video games. He was obsessed with radiation, nuclear decay, and the inner workings of the atom. At 10, he was reading declassified government manuals, ordering Geiger counters online, and by 11, he was already experimenting with radioactive materials. His parents, both in the medical field, were stunned, supportive, but seriously concerned. They didn't know whether to nurture his obsession or put the brakes on. Taylor's bedroom looked like a cross between a science lab and a sci-fi film set. Wires, parts, books, meters, and charts everywhere. And then, one day he told them, "I want to build a nuclear reactor in the garage." They thought it was a joke. It wasn't. Taylor had discovered the Farnsworth-Hirsch fuser. It's a machine that creates real nuclear fusion using electric fields. Not a power plant, but a functioning fusion device. And yes, it emits neutron radiation. So Taylor got to work. He searched online forums, scientific databases, and YouTube tutorials. He reached out to amateur physicists and hobbyists around the world. He started sourcing parts, vacuum pumps, deuterium gas, radiation shielding, lead bricks. Some of it came from eBay. Other parts from obscure suppliers and scrapyards. He scrounged what he needed, piece by piece, and eventually he built it. In the garage, surrounded by warning signs, a nuclear reactor, no bigger than a microwave oven, and when he powered it on, it worked. Neutrons were detected. Nuclear fusion had occurred. He'd done it. At just 14, Taylor Wilson became the youngest person in the world to achieve nuclear fusion, not in a lab, not with a research grant, but at home, using parts he assembled himself. When the news broke, the scientific community was stunned. Some physicists were skeptical until they saw the data. He wasn't faking anything. It was real. Dr. Ronald Blue, a senior physicist, called Taylor's accomplishment beyond impressive. He said, "It's not just that he achieved fusion, it's that he understood the science behind it." MIT professor Dr. Leslie Dewan said she was floored when she saw his design. Not just because it worked, but because it was engineered with care, precision, and a clear understanding of plasma physics. Others were concerned. If a teenager could do this, what about others? What about people with the wrong intentions or unstable minds? The Department of Energy took notice. So did Homeland Security, because this wasn't just a quirky science project anymore. Taylor entered his fuser into the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair, not just as a novelty, as a legitimate reactor. He took first place in physics. He beat out thousands of the world's top science students. After that, the world opened up. He was invited to speak at TED. He met President Obama. He was offered scholarships from MIT, Harvard, and Stanford. But the government wanted more than to hand him diplomas. They wanted his mind. By 17, Taylor had designed radiation detectors for Homeland Security. Portable devices that could scan cargo for nuclear material. Even detect dirty bombs without tipping off the smugglers. His designs were submitted to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. They listened. They used them. Soon, Taylor was consulting with the U.S. government. He was working with defense agencies, energy firms. He began working on compact fusion reactors, the kind that could power small villages, hospitals, or even space missions. His mission: to bring clean, affordable energy to the world. Not just the rich, but everyone. Meanwhile, experts continued to weigh in. Dr. Michio Kaku praised Taylor's visionary insight into the future of energy. Other scientists warned that while Taylor was a genius, he also highlighted the urgent need to monitor access to sensitive technologies. But Taylor never let fear drive him. He believed knowledge should be shared, that open-source science would change the world. He kept his focus, avoided fame, worked quietly, and built the future. To this day, Taylor Wilson is still active in nuclear research. He's still young, but already a legend in his field. Still, most people have never heard of him, because his story isn't about fame. It's about obsession, persistence, and what happens when raw genius is left to run free. He didn't build a bomb, he built a vision, a path forward, a spark for a better future. Let that sink in. This was strange but true. If this story blew your mind, hit that subscribe button. We post new strange stories every single day. Like this video if you believe knowledge should be free. And drop a comment with your country. I want to know how far this story spreads. Tomorrow's video. It's about a haunted painting that's allegedly cursed dozens of homes. You won't want to miss it. Until then, stay curious. Never know what's being built in the garage next door.